Hey guys, Kgabinator here, and today we're back with another extra episode of Rasslin and Logic. Not necessarily a full episode, but an extra episode. And today we're gonna review the 28th September edition of AEW Dynamite. We haven't reviewed AEW TV in a long time, since January last year, I think. And we've never reviewed a Rampage, so we should rectify that soon. Well, Ben has, but I haven't. Um, yeah, so we will probably rectify that in the future, maybe December, because I go back to school next week, Tuesday. So I'll definitely want to have time to record. Um, Ben, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. I'm Ben Charles once again. This is going to be a interesting episode of Dynamite. And I feel like Dynamite to me, well, Dynamite has always been a good show, but there's so much logic gaps, and this has been over the past 6 months, rather. So this is not a everyday thing, but there's so much logic gaps that we're going to talk about, and also we're going to talk about a lot of AEW news and AEW rumors and stuff like that. And as I said, last extra, Julia Hart actually is wearing a neck brace now. So Julia Hart is
Oh, what happened to
yeah, she
her?
may have a broken neck.
Oh, broken neck.
As I said, no, she may have one.
Oh,
She may have broken vertebrae.
ooh.
Yeah, that's
Hey.
what I'm hearing. I'm not too sure if that's true or not.
Yeah, and I guess since you want AEW news, I heard Saraya's uncle passed away. And
Yeah,
yeah, my condolences to her family, and to her uncle. May he rest in peace. Yeah.
yeah. I send my condolences as well. And everyone on Twitter is complaining about how to pronounce this woman's name.
Oh yeah. I was about
Sriracha.
Sriracha. I was about to
Give me a
correct.
fucking break.
I was about to correct myself. She actually says it's pronounced Soraya. Um,
Yes.
yeah. So my mistake there. It's Soraya,
No.
not
No, you're.
Soraya.
Hey, it's
Um,
all right.
yeah. And I'm trying to see, because I think I have shared some other wrestling news. Oh yeah, they stopped broadcasting in Spanish speaking countries, and apparently people are mad about that. Let me open this up.
They stopped broadcasting in Mexico, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so. And most,
Mm.
yeah,
Mexico, Spain. Uh, what else? Bolivia.
yeah. Now,
Well,
now,
no, AEW don't have it in Bolivia.
now
But
they're making it to be on a streaming platform in Brazil, and then the
right.
Twitter account Lucha Blog slammed AEW's decision and said, having slept on it, I'm still struck by AEW putting out a press release only in English to announce they're no longer airing in Spanish speaking countries. Yeah. I don't know if your opinion on
Yeah, he
this,
didn't.
but
He
that's,
didn't. I don't think he slammed AEW.
well, yeah, he, yeah,
He didn't slam AEW.
he's not
I
happy.
mean, if you,
He's
yeah,
not happy either way.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm right about that.
Mm.
Damn Skippy, he ain't right about that,
Yeah.
man.
Any
I
other
don't know what to say,
news?
man. I mean, not really. But
Yeah.
everybody, we're gonna go into Dynamite.
Yeah,
Last week,
let's do this. AEW Dynamite on Wednesday, the 28th of September, at the Liacouras Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Um, the Jericho Appreciation Society throws a celebration for Chris Jericho
this
having
segment.
won the ROH World Championship. And JAS spells Joss, and it's South African slang here. It basically, I'll just use in a sentence. You should figure out. Are you just to think I'm gonna watch this? I did end up watching it anyway. Um, um, well, most of it. I did skip through quite a bit of it. And as I was fast forwarding through this, the JS waffled on about how the audience can't have pizza. Jericho cut a promo and he argued with Daniel Garcia. Um, and then Brian Danielson came out and invited Garcia to Blackpool Combat Club. And Garcia was very interested. And this was an eye opening revelation. So, but freaking hell, it was 15 minutes of TV time that will never get
This
back.
was a WWE. This was a WWE. This was a WWE Monday Night Raw segment, literally in Cliff Notes. I
Yeah,
swear to God.
yeah, yeah. Which is their whole gimmick, but it's still kind of like really janky and
Stale.
yeah, it's not even funny, man. Uh,
And by the way, before we go to your next point, first of all, Luigi Primo. This nigga was flipping a piece in the middle of
yeah.
it. Television, you suck!
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! I'm gonna kill him. I swear to God, get out of here.
uh,
That's all I'm saying.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, here's. I was gonna ask you. I was gonna ask you for your thoughts anyway on this pod. Do you still have any?
Yes, I do. Um, this was a good segment for what it was.
Yeah.
Despite the fact this was way too long.
Yeah.
Despite the fact this was way too long. But look, Jericho and Garcia are, they're about to feud because Daniel Garcia wants to be on his own, and Brian Danielson is influencing him to join the Blackpool Combat Club. But here's another thing that not a lot of people are really thinking about. What the hell is going to happen between Willie Yuta and Daniel Garcia when Garcia joins? Are they going
Oh
to infight?
yeah. Yeah, they had a
That's
match.
my
Did
question.
they had a match at Death Before Dishonor, right?
That's correct. They
Yeah.
had one 2 weeks ago, and they had one what 2 or 3 weeks ago on Dynamite, free
Really?
TV.
Yeah. So I guess that's I guess that's something Danielson didn't think about.
And he should, because fucking those two guys hate each other.
Yeah.
Last time I checked.
Yeah, and then they pan to the commentary table where it's Taz, Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, and Blackpool Combat Club's William Regal on commentary. And apparently they're calling him Lord Regal or something. Excalibur
Well,
kept
to be
calling him
fair,
Lord Regal.
well, listen. I mean, it's his thing. First of all, he was Sir William Regal. Then he was Lord Stephen Regal. Then he was um, King Regal in WWE. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. I'd call him Sir Regal too.
Yeah, you were quite frustrated about this on an extra episode that there were 4 men on the commentary, so I'm sure you didn't like this.
Yes. Yeah. No, not I. I like the match. Like I like how they like for some matches. I like how they added an extra commentator. Pardon
Yeah,
me.
I
But
get.
there should only be there should only be 2 men commentating, bro. We do not need 4 or fucking 5 guys on fucking Rampage commentating for matches. No, absolutely not. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I understand that. Um, and yeah, they announced a lineup. There'll be a Eliminator World Championship match AEW between John Moxley, the champion, and Juice Robinson. I can already see Ben is shaking his head. Then MJF will cut a promo. Then Tony Storm will defend her AEW Women's World Women's World Championship against Serena Deeb. Saraya will cut a promo. Um, and yeah, I mentioned a correction of her name. Um, Ricky Starks will have a match, and then there will be a Ring of Honor World Championship match between Chris Jericho and Bandito. In the main event, I was like, why? Why the ROH match? Why ROH title match in the middle of
Why is it in the main event?
AEW TV? This is AEW TV. Uh,
Not Ring of Honor, Tony Khan. Get the goddamn TV deal! TV! That's not here, bro! What are you doing? God almighty! Put Ring of Honor on fucking television, bro! It's not hard! Why
get
are
the
we seeing Ring of Honor matches?
Yeah, get them off of Sinclair, please. I don't want to see Mike Lindell anymore. Uh, and then
Sorry.
immediately we have the first match, which is Bryan Danielson versus Matt Menard of 2.0 with his partner at ringside, Angelo Parker. I watched this kind of in the background in passing. I scrolled through Instagram while I was looking at this. Because it was that boring. And I'm like, what the
You did
hell?
not care.
I did not care about this match.
This went 8.5 minutes, everybody.
Yeah,
Bryan Danielson won. No one cared.
8 minutes of our lives, then we will never get back. And he made Danielson look
Damn.
like crap in the ring. He wasn't even trying, Menard. Was it part of his gimmick to throw such fake punches and kicks? Must be. Otherwise, there's no reason to be wrestling such a crappy style like that.
Oh, and by the way, Jericho said in his promo a little bit before this match, he says sports entertainers always beat wrestlers. Bryan Danielson beat the shit out of Matt Menard.
Yeah.
Yeah, sports entertainers beat wrestlers.
Yeah, right.
This motherfucker is fucking the Vince McMahon mentality. And don't get me started on Vince. That fucking piece of garbage. Moving on. Next segment.
Yeah, and do you have any detailed notes if you want to read them out? I don't think it's worth reading out full notes for this match.
No.
No.
No. I got notes for after the match. Let me find them real fast.
Yeah. Well, meanwhile, Ben is looking for. By the way, I gave this Rasslin 4 and Logic a 3. And yeah, do you have a rating for this?
4.5. Logic. I'll give it a 5.
Okay.
At least Bryan Danielson won.
Yeah.
At least Bryan Danielson won.
Yeah.
So I can't complain.
And then they played a video package of Juice Robinson's feud with the AEW champion Jon Moxley, and how Juice Robinson has had a couple matches with Jon Moxley in New Japan and stuff.
And lost both times.
And he still gets a title shot in the head. And he lost again. And then we go to the break. We come back from the break. The video package plays of MJF hitting Wheeler Yuta and Tony Schiavone. Yuta came out and cut a promo. Was not really a good promo, I must say. He called out MJF.
He tried.
Yeah, he tried. He did try though, but it wasn't great. Had a voice crack, which was quite funny. Then MJF finally came out. He talked shit about Schiavone after he beat him up last week. Gave Yuta some credit.
He punched him last week.
The previous week from this episode. He gave Yuta some credit. I've been wrestling you on the indies, and you're one of the best guys out there. And then then just verbally slammed him after that. And then after that, he went on to call John Moxley a horrible wrestler and that he's going to wrestle a horrible match, which was true. Then Yuta threatened him, walked up to him, but then Gun Club came out. He rejected Yuta's challenge and pushed it back to the following Wednesday, which is this coming Wednesday. And I think it might actually be tomorrow if we get this out on Tuesday. And yeah, this was an okay segment. Wheeler Yuta tried. Do you have any thoughts on this, Ben?
First of all, Willie Yuta tried to cut a good promo. He did okay. This is my opinion.
Yeah.
He did okay.
Yeah.
MJF coming out was better, obviously. Now, I'm not surprised. Now, here's the problem I had with this segment. Why the fuck was the Gun Club out here? May I ask why?
Apparently.
Where the fuck is Lee Moria? Where's Ethan Page? Where's W. Morrissey? Where is Stokely Hathaway? None of these seven men showed up tonight. Where the fuck were they? Eating chocolate cake and catering? Fuck were they tonight? Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I have a problem with the fucking Gun Club, and I hear me out here. The Gun Club, the Gun Brothers, whatever the fuck they're called. Look, I can't even talk here. But the fact that these men are legit still fucking employed is my fucking. It's just absolutely incredible. These guys are absolutely talentless. I swear to God, because they can't cut a fucking promo. Look, they can't cut a fucking promo. They gotta have Stokely Hathaway cut a promo for them. They can't even cut a promo on their fucking self. And then they broke away from their father after All Out, which was absolutely fucking retarded. But no, before All Out, which was fucking retarded, by the way. And then these guys have the absolute nerve to join MJF and have the firm and call themselves a fucking firm. Nothing is firm about these guys. Ethan Page has been missing for 3 months.
What? Yo. Okay, damn.
What the fuck was he? I would have liked Ethan Page to come out instead of the Gun Brothers, bro. Because that was ridiculous. Why are they still employed? That's all I gotta say. Ridiculous.
Yeah. I just look at them in person and I'm like, whatever. I never paid too much attention to them. Damn,
I don't blame them.
those are Ben's thoughts. Your mic gets kind of weird when you yell. So I don't know if you want to change your mic or something. I'll still talk. But it's fine.
Well, all I said, everybody, was the Gun Club should not be fucking employed, and Ethan Page should have been out for this segment. That's all I said.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on here.
Okay. Yeah, and then they play a video package to hype up Bandito versus Chris Jericho. Did I not play? Oh no! I almost skipped this whole thing. They played a video package of Jay Lethal and his goons Sanjay Dutt and Satnam Singh. Oh, what?
Why are those two still fucking employed? I understand Sanjay Dutt, but Jay Lethal and Satnam Singh, Jesus Christ. Why? Jay Lethal is on a 4-match losing streak, by the way. And this man is getting a match.
They haven't booked him very well. Yeah, he's kind of like
terrible.
Yeah, they booked him like
awful.
A goon. Like
right.
Yeah.
An idiot.
Yeah. And Sanjay cut a promo on Darby Allin. Then Darby, it was kind of back and forth. Darby said this, and Sanjay Dutt and Lethal said that. Then Darby challenged Lethal to a match against Lethal with no ringside goons. And Lethal accepted the match. And at the end, Sanjay was like, "Wait, no, wait," and followed him as they went off the set. No, maybe not the set. They went off camera. After that, for the AEW World Championship, for a shot at the AEW World Championship. John Moxley, the champion, versus Juice Robinson.
Before you go on to your next point, I don't mean to interrupt you, Kgabo. Before you go on to your next point,
Yeah.
get rid of these fucking eliminator matches, please.
Yeah.
These are the equivalent of championship contenders matches in WWE. Get them off fucking television. Stop this. It's not gonna work. Juice Robinson is making his AEW debut. His debut. And he's getting an AEW World Championship #1 contendership opportunity. Moving on. Go ahead, Kgabo.
Well, he made his debut and got his first championship, got in a match to become #1 contender, which was quite a shit match in my opinion. MJF was watching from the skybox. This match was boring, and I fast forwarded through most of it. I don't think I fast forwarded through it. I did. Well, I did watch a few minutes, and then I just like, oh come on. Hangman came out to the ring after the match, which John Moxley won. And before I continue, Ben, do you want to read out the full notes for this match?
I have Juice Robinson beating John Moxley twice, apparently. G129, he beat him, and the best of the Super Juniors, he beat him. Second of all, Moxley won with a fucking armbar when he didn't even work on the arm the entire fucking match. So, yeah, Rasslin 6, this was fine. Rasslin 6, Logic 3.5. Oh, damn, you don't agree with that rating. You don't agree with that
It's a
rating.
lot lower than that. Hangman
Oh,
tries
wow.
to brawl with Mox, but MJF stopped it. Whoa, whoa, whoa! He was cutting a promo from the skybox. He told him to settle down and warned them that if they fight each other, he'll cash in and beat beat Moxley. He should beat Moxley. Moxley's a champion. To win the AEW World Championship. And then Wheeler Yuta jumps MJF from behind. They had a brawl. The security had to escort Yuta out of the skybox. And I gave Rasslin 0, Logic a 0. This is just a terrible match. I did not enjoy this whatsoever. And yeah, that's just me.
I can't say anything that I haven't already said. All right.
Yeah.
Your opinion?
Yeah. My opinion,
Next
your
segment.
opinion.
Soraya.
Yeah. Before that, they play a hype package to hype up Bandito versus Chris Jericho at the end of the night. And then Saraya comes out and cuts a promo. She's back. She talks about how she's happy to be back, as with everybody else that's come back after many years. She's going to bring change to the women's division. The people chant, "This is awesome. This is awesome." And then she talks about how AEW is now her house. She calls out all the women, or not all the women, but she calls out Toni Storm, Athena, and a bunch of other women, and they all come out. Saraya tries to introduce the woman. As she's introducing Toni Storm, Britt Baker and her goons come out. Jamie Hayter, Reba, and I believe Penelope Ford, was it? All right, yeah. I can't believe she joined Britt Baker. Britt Baker cut a promo about how she is the face of the women's division that dispelled the notion that AEW is Saraya's house. She roasts Saraya and said, "I put my neck on the line, unlike hers. Unlike yours, Saraya, mine was strong enough to handle it." It was like, oh, okay, damn, this could be entertaining. Then Britt roasts her name. Oh, people have I've people don't even know how to say your name. I've heard psoriasis. Um, yeah, sriracha has been said at the beginning of this show. Um, then Soraya's rebuttal was that she said, "You're roasting my name, Brit. Well, your name rhymes with shit." And I was like, "Ah, come on, man." And then
Swing.
Britt Baker was like, "Oh no, oh god," and I was like, "She's mad at this," and she could have said, "Oh wow, is that the best thing you could come up with?" And then she goes on. Britt Baker goes on to talk about how she respects Tony, apparently, but she's astonished by the fact that Tony's facing Serena Deeb tonight. Um, she said she's lucky that she's not having to wrestle Jamie Hayter. And I kind of laughed at that. But now she's unlucky because she's gonna have to fight Jamie Hayter this coming Wednesday. Uh, and yeah, as I said, Britt Baker says Hayter will get her shot after Serena Deeb. Um, uh, and I like how she said after Serena Deeb gets her shot. Uh, that immediately told us that Serena Deeb was not winning that match. Speaking of whom, Britt Baker calls out Serena Deeb and she comes out. Soraya apparently talked with Tony Khan and she said she appreciated a boss that listens to her. And now this match will be a lumberjack match for the AEW Interim Women's World Championship. Tony Storm versus Serena Deeb. Would you like to give us the full notes for this match? Move by move, if you can.
All right. All right. Sure. Sure. Well, first of all, before we go into the match, let me spell this out. This segment before we're going to talk about the match.
Yeah.
WORST segment of the entire year. This
Oh.
was horrendous, terrible, fucking god awful. What the fuck was this entire segment? If Serena Deeb was not winning this match, if Britt Baker calls her shot after she has done absolutely nothing to win a shot at Tony Storm and the belt, what was the whole fucking point of this entire segment? This segment fucking sucked. A giant fucking ridiculous. I can't even say the word. It's awful. Terrible.
All right, now into the match, please.
All right. Sure. All right. This was actually a fine match. This was a lumberjill match. This was fine. Whips on the drop
Before I
kick.
go on, Taz made that joke. I'd like to see a lumberjill, and then go on.
Tony Storm whips on a drop kick. She missed so bad. Jesus Christ. But
Yeah,
anyway, Serena,
she barely got
yeah,
it.
I don't know, bro. Well, Serena D put on some submissions. She put on, I believe, a single leg crab. I believe she put on I think it was a STF at one point. So Serena D does all that. So we get the brawl and everything. This is what every fucking lumberjack match in the history of Western civilization. Every fucking match. Brawl outside. Jamie Hayter was chased away by Willow Nightingale. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
You're scared of a chick who's bigger than you are. Anyway, Tony Storm rallied and she hit Sweet Cheeks music. Ass attack in the
Ass
corner.
attack. Yeah,
That's what it's. That's what it's called.
Is it?
That's what it's called. Yes, that's what it's called.
Yeah,
No, it's fine. That's not what it's called.
that's also what I think it should be called. Oscar does that too.
Well, anyway, she hits the ass attack, and then she hits a pile driver off the second rope, and she beat no before that she did a Storm Zero pile driver. She hit a two. She got a 2 count on that. And then pretty much she does another pile driver, this time from the second rope, which looked way more devastating. That looked fucking awesome. That was probably the best thing about this entire match, the finish of the match. So Tony Storm wins. She retains the belt. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'll give Rasslin 6. Logic 1.
Damn. All right.
1.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. I'll give
Because,
Wrestling.
well, 1. Go ahead.
I'll give Wrestling a 7 and Logic a 7. There wasn't much wrong with this match. Yeah, it was a decent. Tony Storm won a decent match against Serena Deeb. I didn't think there was much wrong. The only problem is that Deeb has lost yet another AEW's Women's Championship match, and now we discussed that she should challenge for the TBS Championship, and now how is she gonna look when she does that? She's gonna need to win a lot of matches, to gain Jade's respect, that she can challenge for the TBS Championship and probably win. Yeah, I don't know about you, Ben, but that's what I think.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck y'all. I don't know what the fuck y'all doing with Serena Deeb. Serena Deeb should have been champion a long fucking time ago.
Yeah,
Long time ago.
long time ago.
At least have her as the Ring of Honor Women's Champion. Instead, you had to put her on an AEW chick who technically is still contracted to AEW, but now all of a sudden she's in Ring of Honor and everything. And Mercedes Martinez. You should have gave her, Serena Deeb, the Ring of Honor Women's Championship if that was the fucking case.
Yeah.
Have her, give this chick something to do, bro.
Yeah.
All right, I'll talk about this next segment. The Acclaimed and Daddy Ass Billy Gunn. By the way, I'm not making this up. By the way, Billy Gunn's on Raw, by the way. He's going to be on Raw this week. Yeah.
Is he?
I'm dead serious.
Wow.
Yes. DX.
For what?
DX.
Oh, DX.
Happy anniversary.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, anyway, we're going to talk about these next. So the Acclaim says that it is National Scissoring Day on Wednesday.
Come on.
I can't even say that with a straight face. They also have an open contract to defend the titles on Friday on Rampage. That was so last week's Rampage is what they're referring to. So the Acclaim defends the belts against Private Party and the Butcher and the Blade on last week's Rampage. So I don't really need to go into all of that. Anyway, Keith Lee interrupted, says that Swerve wasn't around because he was upset. But Keith Lee was disappointed in them for having Billy Gunn get involved, as I mentioned last week on the extra. That Billy Gunn and Swerve, they had their altercation. And Billy Gunn had 2 words for Swerve Strickland. He said, and I'm not making this up, word for word, this man said, on TBS television, on live TV.
Scissor me.
Scissor me. Billy Gunn, you're getting your ass fined for that, just for that alone. That was all. Cringe.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
This was a WCW Monday Nitro segment written by Vince Russo in a nutshell.
Yeah.
This was cringe.
Yeah.
Private Party won out of their contract with Andrade, following an argument with the Butcher and Blade.
They was just screaming. I just saw a bunch of these people screaming at each other, and I'm like, what the hell is this now? Man, I skipped through that, and then I saw Matt Hardy. Yeah, go on.
Matt Hardy showed up to suggest that if they can get out of it, he'll make it worth their while. So Private Party once again about to be underneath Matt Hardy. Once again, after Matt Hardy legit left them. Um, when was this? February, August, February, March, right? Matt Hardy and Private Party were together, and then Matt Hardy went off to get his brother. So, yeah, what the fuck was that? Private Party, the Butcher and the Blade, two fucking tag teams arguing over fucking food, over fucking catering at this fucking rate. They're fighting, they're arguing over fucking cheesecakes, over fucking ice cream, over goddamn hot Funyuns or Cheetos or something. What the fuck are they fucking arguing about?
Over milk tart.
Fuck off. Give me a break. Milk duds, whoppers, fuck you. This show is ridiculous. And by the way, we're in the second hour now. This first hour was atrocious.
Yeah, this was a terrible first hour. When I watched the first hour, I was like, what the hell is this? I went on Discord and said, I don't know about you, Ben, but this first hour was just painful to sit through.
And the second hour was decent.
Yeah,
okay.
it was a lot better. It wasn't great, but it was better.
Yeah. First of all, this is the semi-main event of this show. Ricky Starks in action against a jobber. This was the semi-main event of this show. The semi-main event of the show. I'm not making this up. Ricky Starks versus Eliism.
Eliism. What?
Eliism.
Oh, Isam. Okay.
Yeah, Isam. Pardon me. Ism. I wish he was a fucking ism. Fuck out of here. This shit sucked. I wish he was a fucking organism. Oh, wait. He already is an organism. Organism out of the fucking planet. Get him out. That was terrible. First of all, Ricky Starks beat this man in 48 seconds.
Yeah, whatever.
48 seconds. Semi-main event. Tony Khan.
What are you doing, my
Round
guy?
of a fucking applause. This is fucking amateur hour over here, Tony Khan. You're making me fucking laugh.
We had momentum all the way last year. Now we're getting this.
A 48-second semi-main event. I'm not making none of this up, ladies and gentlemen. None of this up. Tony Khan reminded me of Kevin Hart over here. You make me laugh with these fucking ridiculous, terrible decisions. All right. Sorry, enough about this. We're gonna go. All right. So this Wednesday on Dynamite, they announced the cards. MJF Willie Uno, Luchasaurus against a jobber, Darby Allin versus Jay Lethal, Luchasaurus versus a jobber. He's in action against a jobber. You know what that means.
Jobber.
Your opinion, I'm like. Darby Allin, Jay Lethal, and Jericho and Sammy Guevara, who somehow is still here, versus Bryan Danielson and Darren Garcia. So that's really the only two matches I'm interested in. MJF and Jericho and Sammy Guevara. That's it. Only two matches I'm interested in. Yeah. Darby Allin, Jay Lethal, what the fuck are they fighting over? Please, I want to know sincerely, before we go to our main event, what the fuck is Darby Allin and Jay Lethal fighting over? Cheetos.
Milk tart. That's
Powerades.
What they're fighting over.
They're fighting over Gatorades. Give me a break. What the fuck are they fighting over? Popcorn? Fuck you. Orange Renbockers? Fuck you. This shit off TV.
Cheerios.
Rampage. John Silver versus Whoosh. That was last week, Rampage. Not this week. The Acclaimed versus Butcher and Blade in Private Party, as I mentioned. Jamie Hayter versus Willow Nightingale. Willow Nightingale lost in 7 minutes. What?
No, I didn't say anything.
What did you say?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you did. I'm sorry. Jamie Hayter versus Willow Nightingale. She lost in 7 minutes. No one cared. Hook had a match against... Hook had a segment last week on Rampage, by the way. Tony Nese I'm gonna say this with a sincere and straight face. Get the fuck off my television. If I see you one more time, you will get suspended on site. I'm done with you, dog. You are boring. You are
Damn.
talentless, useless, and worthless on this show. Get off
Wow.
my TV.
Jeez.
That's the only thing I'm gonna say.
Oh, yeah. Okay then.
This man got beaten up. This man got beaten up by a nigga shorter than him, bro.
Oh, come on. Man.
Give me a break.
And
Lee Moriarty versus Fuego del Sol. That was last week. Lee Moriarty won in 3 minutes. No one cared.
Wow. The only reason Fuego del Sol is even relevant because he's on like Sammy Guevara's vlog of being the elite. I remember I used to watch those quite often. Not anymore.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, main event. Jericho versus Bandito.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, just
yeah.
yeah. It was Ian Riccaboni and I believe Priest Coleman on commentary. Would you like to give the full notes on this match? Move my move.
Oh yes, I will. Yeah. I'll give the notes for this match. Jericho came out. He was introduced as the Ocho.
Yeah.
The Ocho, Chris Jericho. That shit is not getting over, Chris Jericho.
It's not.
It's still not over.
It's not getting.
No. Bandito comes out next. He gets a big reaction, by the way. Jericho then mocks the code of honor with the handshake stuff.
Yeah.
He flips off.
That's what he did.
That was unnecessary.
That's what he did.
And by the way, yeah, I know. So anyway, we go to picture in picture right after that.
Oh.
What was the whole? What was the fucking?
Wow.
What was the fucking point?
Wow.
We already went to picture.
During
I'm
the
tired
main
of these
event.
picture in pictures, bro. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired of these fucking commercial breaks to start matches. WWE do this too. They have picture in picture or commercial break in like in between like the start of the match. You know, first 30 seconds, first minute, 2 minutes go by. We already have a commercial break. We already have a picture in picture. Why the fuck do we have these things? Stop this. At least have it in the middle of the match where nothing is really going on. But
Yeah.
at least, but just stop this. This 2 minute fucking picture in picture commercial break bullshit. Stop. It's not working. It doesn't do it any favor for anybody, and nobody can enjoy the fucking show if you have a 2 minute. If these guys were fighting for 2 minutes and then we go to picture in picture. Dumb. All right. Anyway, we're back. They did this. This was a dumb spot. First of all, Jericho jumped off the top rope into Bandito, who met him with a super kick in midair. I think Jericho was going for an axe handle, and Bandito hit him with a super kick. First of all, Chris Jericho looked fucking. Why is he going up to the top rope? Only for him to get a super kick. What was the whole point of that? That was fucking retarded. What was that? Anyway, Bandito then hits his 1 minute Bandito delayed vertical suplex.
Oh yeah. That was cool.
That was awesome. I'm sure anyone who actually watched the match, they probably made some coffee while also watching Bandito do it.
Yeah.
You remember the hey, you remember the Chris Benoit segment on SmackDown? This was what was this? 06? Yeah, this was 06. No, 05. This was 05. So Chris Benoit had a segment on SmackDown where he beat Orlando Jordan in 30 seconds at SummerSlam 2005. They showed him making coffee and also showed the match on another frame.
Oh, wow. Damn.
That was great.
Oh,
That was fucking awesome.
wow.
While Benoit was making coffee, the match was still going on, and then Benoit finishes up on his coffee. The match legit ends
Damn.
right after he's done. That's
That sounds
That would be
great.
cool, by the way.
Yeah,
If they
they
had
should
that,
do
that would be
that.
cool. Yeah, they should do that. A whole lot more. Anyway, we have another commercial break after that.
Oh,
Um, and then we come back. Bandito was bleeding through the white mask,
yeah,
which was actually a really cool visual. That was
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Um, yeah. So anyway, the closing stretch, they have their big moves. Jericho tries for the walls. Bandito counters. Then Bandito goes for a moonsault. Jericho moves out the way. Bandito tries a fall-away moonsault slam. By the way,
I
when
that
Bandito
was
does it,
quite
it's a
cool.
great move. That was awesome. That was a good move.
Yeah.
But it's also Hangman Adam Page's signature move too.
Is it?
So I don't know. Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Because Hangman always does the fall away slam off the top, right? That's pretty much his move. I don't like wrestlers biting other people's moves, bro. We already see too many sharpshooters. We already see too many Spanish flies, and we already see too many fucking super kicks.
Too
Stop
many
biting these people's goddamn moves.
too many Canadian destroyers. Way too many. And then I kind of discussed this. Freaking Will Ospreay. Literally the beginning of last year, he did AJ Styles Phenomenal Forum, and I was furious. And I'm sure I've reminded the people of this before. Yeah, and that was something I was frustrated about. And yeah, people do cutters and stuff. Makes Randy Orton's RKO look not so special.
Jericho survives a modern GTS, a modified GTS, and Bandito hits the 21 plex before he poked him in the eye.
That was cool.
He pulled, yeah.
Yeah,
Then he pulled the mask off.
yeah. Wasn't
Go
there a
ahead,
spot
Kgabo.
where Bandito he jumped over the top rope and then did some kind of sunset flip power bomb? That was really cool.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
That was awesome. Bandito was the MVP in this entire match. Did he
yeah.
deserve to win the match? No.
No,
But anyway, Bandito got his mask pulled off, and Jericho tapped him out with the line team.
yeah. I mean,
Wrestling 7. I'll give Rasslin a 7, Logic a 7.
all right.
Best I'll give for this match.
Yeah. And then I said there, Bandito was looking good throughout the match, and the match was a lot better than I expected. Bandito looked like $1 million, and I guess Jericho did some nice stuff as well. So I gave Rasslin an 8 and Logic an 8. And throughout the show, I gave Rasslin a 6.5. And Logic a 4, really, because all of the really crappy stuff that happened on this show. That's why I give it such a low rating for Logic. What did you think of the show?
I'll give wrestling a 6. There was some good wrestling on the show, though. There were some decent matches on this show, but
Yeah.
this wasn't a go home show per se. This wasn't something to write home about. But wrestling 6, Logic, I'll give it probably a 5, maybe 4.5. I'll give it a 5. I'll give it a 5. Um, but after the match, after the main event, Bobby Cruz interviews Chris Jericho,
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Ring of Honor ring announcer.
Yeah. And then Jericho said he's gonna destroy everything that's Ring of Honor. He's gonna destroy the commentators. He's gonna destroy the champions. He's gonna destroy the legacy and even the ring announcers. After which he punched Bobby Cruz and beat him up, I think. And yeah, that was a nice heel thing. Really crooked thing to do by Chris, and yeah.
Jericho and Danielson are fighting in 2 weeks in Toronto, by the way. It's
Yeah,
official.
yeah,
Yeah. All right, everybody. That's Dynamite.
yeah. I hope you guys.
Missable show.
Quite a missable show. You did not need to watch this. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this extra episode from Ben and I. Um, please go check out all the other episodes that have been released. We've released quite a lot of content the past few weeks. Um, and go check out Mysteries of Life, hosted by yours truly, Ben, and Certified Bangers. Certified Bangers is going through a lot right now. There's Josh's birthday episode, episode 50, and the 1 year anniversary episode coming out on the 16th of October. And yeah, that's going to be big. Really do go check that out. And we will be back. If not for another extra review, we will be back with Raw Sucker and maybe Josh for Extreme Fools. We will review Extreme Rules, WWE pay-per-view. First Extreme Rules under Triple H. So we'll see how that goes. And until then, this is Kgabinator and Ben Charles signing out.
And fuck the gun club.